Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
And so now we're going to move into the last one, which I think will be the most interesting, which is entrepreneur tendencies. So when it comes to an entrepreneur and they created this idea, or they thought of this idea, what happens, or why do you think they never move forward with it? You know, that readying. What do you think happens?
I think a lot of it is, that whole fear thing, and fear either way.
Fear of success or fear of failure.
Right. So it used to be, what's the acronym? False evidence appearing real. But most people used to talk about only fear of failure. Right. But a lot of people, fear of success.
Yeah.
The light that people really have, the talent that they have, if they could unleash that. So, like, if you think about the Phoenix, whatever her name was, Jean Grey, became the Phoenix.
Yeah.
When she finally just said, that's it.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Power beyond measure.
Right.
And I think that we as people are powerful beyond understanding.
Yeah.
And so, whether that's a 1%, so they say most people use around 10% of their brain.
Yeah.
Well, what about if you used 11%?
Right.
That could be, leaps and bounds. As a track guy, difference between a tenth and a second or 100 seconds, difference between gold medal and an olive branch, or nothing at all.
Yeah.
Could be worse than an olive branch.
Yeah,
you get nothing. You get a handshake and a slap on the rear end, if that, right?
Yeah.
So when you take a look at that, I think that people are powerful beyond what they know. And I think that the fear of success is just too overwhelming. Or I call them the hurdles. They have these hurdles that they can't get over, whether they're baby or whether they're big, whether they're universal hurdles, or whether they're specific to you. So, maybe somebody out there was molested. Right? Were you molested as a kid?
No,
neither was I.
Right.
But that would be an individual hurdle for them. Or what about somebody whose dad was an alcoholic? Right? Was your dad an alcoholic?
No.
Right. Neither was my dad. Right. But my dad had problems. Your dad, he better not have had problems. Right.
Right.
Your dad was perfect. Correct.
Yeah, correct.
But you get the point. So there's these individual hurdles that we each have based off of the collection of who we are,
right.
Based off of circumstances, experience, blah, blah, right?
Yes.
DNA, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have the other side of that, which is just across the board. So I've been doing some research on, with some people, and we've been talking about, seek first to understand, right? Which I think is a Covey thing.
Yeah.
But people don't do that.
No.
I'll stop you right dab in the middle. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's 500 people, 5,000. Right? We have this thing in my house where they go, yes, Brett.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll say, I don't understand. Tell me. Tell me like I'm a 2-year-old.
Right.
Right? And so, you go through that process. And so there's certain things that are just universal like that people are afraid.
Yeah.
Afraid to stop them. Or they think they know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Right? You said a black shirt on Sunday. I'm like, no, I didn't, you idiot. I said a red tank top on Monday.
Yeah.
Right? Because communication, right? So I ask you something right now. So if we're talking,
yes,
I'm communicating with you. So the words flow from my heart up through my mouth, out of my brain, or up to my brain and out of my mouth. Where does it go next?
In the circumstance.
Yeah, because But most people would say what?
Into my ears.
Right, they go into your ears. I said, no, it goes into circumstance first.
Yes.
Well, they say, well, what does that mean? Well, so if I said, hey, I'm going to have this luau, and it's going to be great, we're going to roast some pig, and da-da-da-da, and you're a vegetarian.
Right.
Or you're Jewish, you don't eat pig, that circumstance says that doesn't feel very good to you.
Right.
So I'm excited about something you can't get excited about.
Right.
So I think when you take a look at that and you say there's these universals and then there's these individual hurdles that people must get over.
Yeah.
That's why I love systems.
Yeah.
Because even if it's a Band-Aid, I don't love Band-Aids, but they work for a while.
Yeah.
The system will Band-Aid all of those things and you'll just go do. Right? The system says I've got a mindset, get organized, I got to go do.
Yeah.
I have to go do. So then if you're, analysis to paralysis and you won't get out there and do something, no, the system says I have to.
Right.
The system says I have to paint yellow 1s, blue 2s, red 3s. Right? You remember Granimals back in the day?
Yes.
Right? The system says I got to match the zebra with the zebra bottom, the shorts or whatever with the zebra top.
Yeah.
Simple. You just match the system.
Yeah.
And they went crazy because it took the brain work out of it.
Right. And so, I said everyone's capable of doing your systems.
Yes.
Right? Do you think everyone is capable of being an entrepreneur?
I think everybody's capable, but I want to make sure that we're clear that from a scientific standpoint, yes, you could follow steps, but there's varying degrees of the talent.
Got it.
And talent, I call it the art and the science, and you have to merge them.
Right.
So the scientific part, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a son who is not entrepreneurial at all, and yet he makes $300 to $500 a month on eBay.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't have an entrepreneurial bone in his body.
Yeah.
Right. But I told him and taught him, how do you find underpriced stuff? Mm-hmm. Here are the different places you can put it.
Yeah.
Package it up. Be thoughtful. Send a picture of you, saying I'm packaging what, right?
Right.
Always think about the people first. Walk around being a caption looker. What does Nick want? What does Joe want? What does the audience want? And try to give that to them. So we're talking about entrepreneurial people primarily, or entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But is that also business owners? Yeah. Is it also potentially parents? Yeah, a lot of these things are universal truths that can go across no matter what genre you are.
Got it. And so, you talked about it a little bit, you're not scared of, giving an idea and people taking it. Why is that? Why are you not scared about that?
Because I wasn't raised with the scarcity mentality. Mm-hmm. I was raised with a plentiful mentality.
Yeah.
Right? It's not usually you have it and I don't.
Right.
We can both have it.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk about a race, you being a decathlete,
yeah,
you can win a gold and I could not win. Mm-hmm. But what about 4 years later?
Right.
I can win the gold and you could not.
Yeah.
What about in the World Championships instead of the Olympics? What about in this meet? What about, right? Yeah. So very rarely, Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Him or Gates or any of these other uber rich dudes.
Yeah.
There's not just one of them.
Right.
There's the Tesla guy. There's Trump.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. Oops. But you get my point, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can have a lot of different things. So it's just a mentality. I used to say, like, here's the circle, and then if you go right dab in the middle of that circle, what's the difference between motivation and manipulation? Well, it's your mindset.
Got it.
Am I manipulating you to go to bed at this time, or am I motivating you to go to bed at this time?
Right.
I mean, right? They're brothers and sisters. They're if I turn my back and I turn the other way, they're right there together.
Right.
So you can either have a scarcity mentality or you can have a plentiful mentality. I choose plentiful because I don't want to just win and you lose. Mm-hmm. I want us to both win.
Right.
Now, in that particular deal of a 100-meter race,
I
want to win the gold medal, and I want to win it every time.
Right.
But I'm not going to be mad or upset at you when you win.
Right.
I'm going to be mad and upset at myself because I didn't do the mental and the organizational preparation to go and do the solution showcase, to collect data and to thoughtfully advance. That's on me, not you.
Got it. And so, you brought up the big wigs, right? The Teslas, the Jeff Bezos, the different things like that. But specifically with Walmart and Target, why do you think they're able to scale over a global or, world versus other types of businesses?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with timing, with circumstances. I mean, I'm not a history buff, but, if you look back in the day, land would help you to be rich, you know, and then it was, probably industry of some sort, and then it was oil, and, we keep, information or, now, delivering packages seems to be a pretty good one. So I think a lot of it has to do with timing. A great story about that. So at our local mall here, me and my best buddy in the summer, there was these fish tanks like I don't know, 20 yards long and 20 yards wide, but they were on the ground. Mm-hmm. And then they had like, so you couldn't jump in there. They had like little, I'm going to say a wall because you could see through them, but like, kind of a wall.
Yeah.
So me and my boy used to lean up against it and we'd check all the girls going by, right? So these 3 girls walk up, 2 of which we both knew. Yep. There's one little girl behind, and we didn't know who she was. Mm-hmm. So we're talking to the 2 girls a little bit that we know, and we're too cool for school for this other girl over here. And so afterwards, they all 3 walk away. I didn't know her name. I didn't know if she's from the Netherlands. I didn't know anything, not one thing about her. And I looked at my boy at 15 years of age. I said, I'm going to marry her. Now, that's not timing, or you can call them God winks. I call them God winks as well.
Yeah.
So, if you ask Jesse James, why did he rob banks? Because that's where the money was at.
Right.
So I think there's certain, I think that, certain things that are very successful now were tried in the past. It wasn't the right timing. You're ahead of the curve. You're so far ahead of that wave that you just can't be patient enough,
right?
Because your feet are going to get all wilted up because of the water, or a shark bit you, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that timing is a big part of that. But I also think that the people behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never met any of those guys, but I've met some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met a lot of professional athletes, people that have been on CNN, and they all, share a few things in common. And one of them is that they're go-getters. They have great work ethic. Yeah. They have this great mind. Their, no's not even in their vocabulary. We have a thing in our businesses. We get to yes.
Oh,
I'm like, and sometimes that hurts you,
Yeah.
You're trying to get to yes, and it's just a bird walk you shouldn't have taken.
Right.
But more often than not, getting to yes is going to help a whole bunch of people.
Right.
And usually if you're helping a whole bunch of people, you'll in turn help yourself. And if not, I don't care. I did that as a teacher for 20 years. I helped a bunch of kids. I didn't get anything back from them.
Right.
Right. I mean, maybe a smile or a high five or a slap on the butt. But, basically it was, they gave me enjoyment for helping them.
Yeah.
But that was pretty one-way street. Most teachers or nurses, it's a one-way street.
Yeah. Gotcha. And so for, a starting out entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What is a trick or a best advice to get early on success, right? Because that's what we all want, right? Success in what we're trying to do to, feel good about it and continue forward.
Yeah. So go do it.
Go do it. Just whatever that is.
Yeah. I had a mentor one time who taught me in the financial services business. He was really great at networking and referrals and stuff. And his famous line was, stumble forward with ignorant enthusiasm. Okay. And I thought, right? I mean, that's life.
Yeah.
Right? Stumble forward with ignorant enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Right? So if when you're a little kid, I mean, let's think about this just from a simple standpoint. The parallels are similar.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're an Amazon or whether you're the kid that's selling lemonade on the corner.
Right.
It's pretty similar.
Yes. Right?
So what do you do? You have to have what I call a service or a product or what I call merchandise. Mm-hmm. A product to me is, I'm not saying this is everybody else's definition, but a product to me is something that you create internally.
Mm-hmm.
A merchandise is something that you buy and you resell.
Right.
And then a service is obviously a service. Right?
Yeah.
So no matter what, and I call it peddling paraphernalia.
Yeah.
That's the the systems, the
word.
2 words.
Yeah.
I got issues. P with P, it's problematic, let me tell you. I do not alphabetize my soups.
That's good.
So I'm not that anal, but I do try to put light colored stuff together with my shirts. I got a little problem.
A little bit, okay.
Yeah. But you don't have to be anally whack jobbed to be a good entrepreneur. How about that?
Yeah.
It may help. It may hurt. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, what was the question again?
The question was best advice or trick or trade.
Oh, yeah. For an entrepreneur. So do it.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's the main thing. And then what I always say, though, is do some mindset around it. Mm-hmm. Right? Own it. Own it whether it works. Own it whether it doesn't work.
Yeah.
take the fails as much as you do the successes.
Right.
I think people a lot of times, like on a social media, well, they didn't like me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go run in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe it wasn't any good.
Right.
Maybe it was good and the guy's a donkey.
Right.
Right? Maybe it hasn't got out there yet. Maybe you're premature. Maybe you're the surfer that's way ahead of it, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But, have a good mindset. Take ownership. Be thoughtful. Right? And then get organized around that. Right?
Yeah.
But the main thing is you're going to go do something. And so I would rather stumble forward with ignorant enthusiasm and then collect data as I'm stumbling, both informally and informally, and then figure out how I advance.
Right.
And I'm going to thoughtfully advance with likes and celebrations, dislikes, and I'm going to adjust or pivot.
Right.
And then if I'm undecided, I'm going to ask questions to make it a like or a dislike. Over and over and over again. Yeah. So if this is what I'm doing as an entrepreneur or a dad or a coach or whatever,
yeah.
If you have some talent that will go with that system over and over and over again, you're going to be good.
Very good. Well, thank you. We're closing up right here is talking about entrepreneurship and different things like that. Is there anything that I didn't ask you, anything you'd like to cover again or talk about that I didn't bring up?
Well, I'm not sure out there. I always think about the caption of the audience, and I think, well, there's 100 things that we can talk about with entrepreneurism. Right. But, I want to talk about the learning part of it for the audience. So, you're getting some theory here, just some, mindset theory type stuff. And then it'll go in sections all the way over. If you looked at a continuum, it would get real granular over on this side.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get a little granular with, a system that might be helpful for them. Yeah. So with mindset. So I have what I call board pictures. Most people call it a visualization board. And so what I do is I have another system that I call the holistic system, which includes spiritual, religion, family, friends, health, physical, personal, social, and career material. And so what I do is I put pictures of things that I want under each of those sections or categories.
Yeah.
And then I'll look at that every day.
Okay.
Right. It's in my room, just like a picture on the wall. And I'll look at that and I'll say, and I usually break it down two ways. What do I want or what do I have to do?
Okay.
So if what I want to do is spend the rest of my life in eternity with Jesus, then what are some things that I have to do? Well, I have to build a relationship. That's maybe the schematic part of it. Well, what's the activity? Well, I can read the Bible. I can pray. I can do all those things.
Yes.
So I think, out there in entrepreneur land that there's a mindset thing that you can do. Or, The Secret was a big thing out there, where you write down all your goals and then with an elevated emotion, like you get your pump up music back in the day.
Yeah.
Even if you just did it like with your pump up music and you're looking and you've already I'm already there.
Right.
I'm not gonna go there. It's not fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm already gonna go there. So there's a bunch of those types of things out there that you can do at a real granular level for mindset. Well, the same thing with getting organized. Right? So I have what I call my collection spots, which is email, text, social media, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? And I got to go look at those every day.
Right.
I can look at my appointment book. I can look at my phone. I can look at,
Yes.
But I'm going to get organized around my dailies. Or if it's a new thought, then I got to have new organizational, I got to put it in an outline form. I got to, whatever.
Yes. Got it.
Get organized. Here we go. Wait. Drum roll, please. Solution showcase.
Yeah.
The third part of the individual system. Go do it. Just go do it. Right?
Yeah.
So when you first started, what was the slowest 100 meters you ever ran in your life that you can remember?
I believe it was 13.1.
Okay, 13.1. That's blazing.
Yeah.
By the way. So at 13.1, if you never practiced running again, would that have been where you would have been at for the rest of your life?
No. I would have got a little faster because just through maturity.
If you would have never run again?
Yeah. I think from...
How would you know? You would never run again? If you ran one time and never
ran again, yeah, you wouldn't know.
Right. So you'd have to go do it.
Do it, yes.
And then we would know.
Right.
So what if you ran 12.9? You'd be like, yeah, I'm better.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Now, what about if you did a bunch of practicing along the way and then went out and ran? Probably going to run faster.
Yes.
Right. So it's the same thing in entrepreneur land.
Right.
Mindset, get organized, do it.
Yes.
Right. So if you don't do anything, so if you do it one time, you never do it again, you're going to be the same spot. And have you heard that saying about they used to do with the guys making free throws? They broke them into 3 groups.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Right. So the first one, they all did their like pre-mark.
Right.
80% said whatever, and then these guys did nothing for a week, and they didn't get any better or any worse.
Right.
These people practiced physical practice, and they got like 7 or 10% better.
Yeah.
And those people just practiced in their mind.
Right.
And they got 15% better, whatever.
Right.
That's the mindset. Get organized, solution showcase. Now just collect data. What's important? Well, people go, well, what is important? Well, I don't know. What's important to you?
Yeah.
If money's important, collect data around money. If helping people is important, collect data around that.
Yeah.
If getting stuff, a microphone or whatever is important, then collect data around that.
Yeah.
And then you just thoughtfully advance. And what did I like about what I did? Or what did I like about the result? How will I celebrate? What did I dislike? So on and so forth.
Right.
So hopefully that's a little bit more granular for the entrepreneurs, but over and over and over again say the same thing. Just you got to go do something. But if you do something within a system, it'll get you there quicker, a lot quicker.
Right. Gotcha.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Ideological idea mean. There you go. Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast after
Yeah.
you've had a few, right? That's water and Propel, by the way.